So once again, good evening and welcome
Good evening, ma'am.
to your subject ATC 129, which is post-harvest technology. So this is our fourth meeting, third meeting. So this is, I already uploaded your course outline and grading system video here, and also your laboratory exercise, and also a video to explain it. So last time we talked about the introduction to post-harvest. So I already posted a quiz. So some of you who didn't answer yet, so please, the due is on October 1. So we talk about some, started already with the concept of post-harvest technology. So Jason, hello. Second time na po.
Yes, ma'am.
Second time na nimo na attendance karon, or is it,
ma'am?
Is it your first time na attendance? So I'll just present to you what we have discussed last time. So it's the concept of post-harvest technology. So we talk about some of the terminologies, including primary and processing and secondary processing, perishables, durables, and more about post-harvest handling of perishables and durable crops. Ayan, yun yung aming diniscuss last meeting. So I already posted the video on our previous discussion, and also the need for post-harvest and handling. So this video will be posted again. We also talk about post-harvest losses. And would like to go back here, the causes of losses. So actually we stopped further, but I want to go back here because the video was lost. So I need to discuss this again. So why does post-harvest losses, it's almost like 50% of loss already. So as you can see in the figure here, it's a journey from the farm to the market. There are a lot of causes and instances wherein losses are done. Like in the harvesting period, losses can be due to disease and cuts, no? And during transport, loading, stocking, and unloading, the losses of post-harvest can be due to compression, vibration, and abrasion. As the commodity moves from one place to another, so there should always be damages like abrasion, you know. And in the packing house operation, like when you do dumping, washing, sorting, and even treatment with fungicides and air drying and packaging, losses are also due to mechanical damage. So like fallen products or fallen commodities. And also storage, stocking, and resorting losses are also due to respiration rates, sprouting, disease, weight loss, and shriveling. So that is caused by physiologically respiration. And during transport, losses can be due to compression, again, vibration, and abrasion. And even when you market this product, these losses are due to excessive trimming, trim na lang ng trim, sandali. And disease, weight, loss of shriveling, and in the market or in the processing, in the marketing, losses due to excessive trimming, disease, weight loss, and shriveling, again, due to respiration rate. And up to the market, there still can be loss, no? especially in the export market and domestic shipment. So those are the causes of losses. So that there are also terms related to post-harvest loss. So we've discussed this last time. Again, when we say longevity of the produce, I don't know where to find this. So it is measured in terms of the length of a commodity remains marketable or usable for its intended purpose, like for pechay or leafy vegetables. So when we say longevity of this produce, it's from the time that they are still green and crispy, no? That's the longevity of the produce. Now, another term is post-harvest life. This is the period from harvest up to the time the produce can still be used for its intended purpose. So it's a general term, post-harvest life. So when it's from harvest hanggang sa, let's say, hanggang lutuin siya, consumer, like for eggplant, we use that as vegetable. So from harvest hanggang sa lutuin siya, that's the whole post-harvest life. Whether ilang days siya sa market or ilang days siya for storage. Another term is the green life. It's the period from harvest up to the time a fruit or vegetables that ripen loses its green color. That's why it's green life, no? So it's applicable to green vegetables and leafy vegetables. So pag mag-yellow siya, yan ang end ng green life niya. So another term is storage. So ilang period from the start of commercial storage. So how many days pwedeng i-store natin ang banana? No, in the packing house. So like for example, yung fruit crops, matagal, medyo matagal, but ilang duration niya, that's the storage life, like for a month, example. And when we say vase life, it is usually for commodities like flowers, ornamentals, cut flower or foliage. So until such time that it can no longer provide aesthetic satisfaction. So that's vase life. So usually flowers lang and ornamentals. So another term is, sandali ha, ilipat ko lang tong.
I have a question, ma'am ba? Ma'am, na-download niyo mo na sa Google Classroom, ma'am, this topic, ma'am, or topic today, ma'am?
Yes. Since it's your first, sorry, but we have to go back to the videos. So as you can see, sandali ha, is cancel lang na. So as you can see here, in the Google Classroom, nawala akong Google Classroom. Okay, close na ako. So in the Google Classroom, yes. So this is my Google Classroom. So ito yung subject natin, which is not ATC 129. So ayan. This is under stream view. So in the stream view, you will see here the history kung kailan na-post yung mga announcement at saka yung mga materials natin. So latest na posting ay yung quiz, new question sa first topic natin. So under classwork view, andyan na yung lahat ng topics na download na. So you have to read this and watch this video for you to understand everything. And we are now here in the introduction. So itong quiz, make sure you will answer this one. So you just click this one. If you click this one, it will just show your quiz questions. And then if you will answer that one, let's see. Sino ba yung naka-answer na? Si, let's say, Jerry's, no? So, dito sa quiz, kailangan i-attach niya or i-comment niya yung answer niya sa question. Dito, i-comment niya under him or her. So, going back sa classwork, so please familiarize. Andito ka naman, right? Andito ka na sa loob. Andito ka na ba? So, going back sa unit 1, we are still here on the post-harvest technology. Yan, sa concept ng post-harvest technology.
Thank you, ma'am.
So, i-open ko lang siya with Google Slides, ha? So, we are now here sa pastoral life. Yan. So, okay ka na doon sa tanong mo?
Okay na, ma'am. Salamat, ma'am.
Anytime maputol ang Zoom, just click again the link. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
And I need
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Yes, I need to use Zoom for recording purpose. So, shelf life, yun. So, when you say shelf life, it's another term that used to broth, when a commodity is brought to the market, then right after harvest, whether it stay in good condition and displayed for sale or stored before use. So like after harvest and it's already in the market, actually pare-pareho lang sila lahat ng meaning, but usually there are crops or commodities na mostly ginagamit shelf life, mostly ginagamit post-harvest life. But when you say post-harvest life, from harvest talaga, so please mute your microphone if you don't want to talk or raise question, okay? And so when it's shelf life, you just use shelf life when you refer to its good condition, when it's good characteristic. If you refer to its duration, then there's another term also for that. So for the pasturage life, it's the time the commodity will last after storage regardless of usage. So pasturage from the word storage, so it means that how long will it last after storage na. Pag dumaan na siya ng storage, like yung banana na na-store, yung mga root crops na na-store, so how long siya after storage of 1 month? How long siya pwede gamitin? So that's the pasturage life. Next is how would you know that the post-harvest technology is appropriate? No? So these are the factors that will show, or that will, the factors that affect or that will tell that your technology is appropriate. If it's technically feasible, when we say technically feasible, it means that it can be done, no? You have the equipment and you have the labor and the facilities. And it's also economically viable. When you say economically viable, you can afford it. No, it can be available to everyone and socially acceptable if it doesn't. It's not against the norms or cultural beliefs or whatever. And environmentally friendly kapag it doesn't affect the environment, no, or any human beings. So we have this post-harvest triangle of interactions. So there is post-harvest effect or diseases or loss. It's because of the environment. And the commodity is always affected by the environment. And with the use of technology, we can even prolong the post-harvest life. So that's what is meant by the triangle of interaction. So we stop there. So now we're going to talk about the anatomy and morphoanatomy and post-harvest handling. So why do we need to study the morphoanatomy and the structure or the post-harvest, the parts of the plants. So ano ang relationship niyan sa post-harvest handling? So we will know because each morphologically, each plant or commodity morphologically and anatomy, and its anatomy, it relates to post-harvest handling because it's the parts of the plant that make its post-harvest life longer or easier or even perishable. So we talked already about perishable and versus durable. When we say perishable, these are crops that can be easily wilted or easily it's not usable already. So, but durable are the crops or commodities that can be stored longer and can be consumed, still good all for long period of time. So it depends on the type of organ actually. So these are the morphoanatomical structures that affect post-harvest life. So the leaves will wilt and turn yellow. For example, for these commodities like the lettuce and others, it's already the characteristic of leaves, no? It will wilt and turn yellow. So that's the characteristic of the commodity when it's lost its shelf life or post-harvest life. And some flowers, when the buds are open, like the asparagus, wilt and turns yellow. So mostly sa lahat ng commodities, from green to yellow, that's the loss of post-harvest life. Like the broccoli and cauliflower. So another characteristic is wilting talaga for squash flowers and so on. And like for the stem of tip or asparagus, it elongate and spread out. So have you eaten an asparagus already? Nakakain na kayo ng asparagus?
Sana, ma'am.
Patay. Mamahalin na siya nga na gulay, no? And it's asparagus. So anyway, I have photos on the next slides or on the next topics on asparagus. So you just remind me on that. I'm gonna show you. So usually it's a high valued crop, and it's in Philippines. It's only produced in somewhere in Cotabato. And when the stem tip of the asparagus elongate, it becomes hard and it's very hard to chew. No, dili mo siya ma-digest. In fact, it can cause you indigestion and even can cause cancer in your digestive organs if it depends, no? So stem buds grow or sprout. Like kung mag-sprout na ang potato tuber, ginger, and so on, it's no longer consumable, or we say that it's not already desirable or for post-harvest. And like for the picture of celery, develop fibers and lose rigidity. So have you eaten a celery? Kanang isog kay baho?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. So sometimes there are pancit with celery, and it may also taste different, and it's very healthy. So another one, if it's the fruits that peak ripe become overripe, like yung mango, pag na-overripe, rambutan, and so on. Fruits that peak unripe become ripe. If gusto mo hilaw lang siya and maging hinog na siya, so that's another. Like for mango, papaya, banana, durian. And we will discuss further why when you pick a fruit that's ripe, it become overripe, and why unripe magiging ripe. And it's because of their respiration rate. And in advance, there are two classification ng commodities based on respiration rate. The that we will be discussing on the next meeting, no? On the climacteric and the non-climacteric. Like for mango, have you heard of that? Climacteric and non-climacteric?
No, ma'am.
Wala pa, ma'am.
Wala pa, ma'am.
Oh no. Anyway, so that's the function of post-harvest. So if you say climacteric, these are the fruits that peak and ripe become ripe, no? Like mango, papaya, banana. Although durian is a non-climacteric, kasi non-climacteric are fruits that must be peak yellow or ripe because it doesn't ripen anymore. Like for lanzones, di ba? Kung green pa nimo i-harvest ang lanzones, mahinog pa na siya, dili na, di ba? So those are non-climacteric. So katong climacteric are fruits na i-harvest nimo siya green pero mahinog yapon siya like mangga, no? Papaya and banana. So another one is young fruits like baby corn dahil we want the baby corn like small baby corn. If it enlarged, so it no longer serve its purpose. So for immature fruits, usually they shrivel, like cucumber, eggplant, and so on. And for sprouted seeds dry, seeds become dry and turn brown. So like the beans, radish, so when they become dry and turn brown, so it's already perishable. So for bulb crops, yung affected naman ay yung leaf stem and roots. They develop sprouts and roots. So usually for these bulb crops, if may sprout na, like you bibili ka ng garlic. Pag may sprout na yung garlic, it means that it's already post-harvest perishable already. No, it's already not consumable. So by quality, I mean, like the onion and the garlic. So another is the nature of the fruit wall. So these are the reason why These are the reason why some of these commodities are already in terms of post-harvest, they already are not saleable, no? It's because the thin outer fruit wall and succulent pulp of fruits like tomato make them susceptible to damage dahil soft lang yung tomato. And this thin leathery peel like carambola is balimbing, but the scientific name is carambola, is less susceptible to bruises. Thick and hardwood fruit wall like melon naman and squash have, wait lang. So kanina pa ako na-distract sa So, di na lang ako siya is-screen, ha? Kanina lang. Maklaro mangyapon ninyo, no? So, the thick and hard fruit wall, like melon and squash, can withstand damage on the other hand, unlike for tomato. So, another characteristic is the nature of the dermal system. So, usually, yung dermal tissues are the one that regulates moisture loss. And if the water is lost, the more transpiration, the more na magiging post-harvest loss siya. Another one is the penetration ng microorganism and chemicals is through the dermal system. So, pag may disease siya, mas madali siyang masira. And volatilization of aromatic compounds. If hinog na siya, mas mabango siya, di ba? Because nag-volatilize na yung kanyang aromatic or yung smell. The compounds that are, like for durian, the phenolic compounds of durian is the one responsible of its odor. That they say smell like, what is that again, Brian? Smell like, sa doong durian? Smell like hell, but taste like, hello, Brian?
Lami, mandurian, ma'am.
Gani, and ang ingon nila is taste like, smell like hell, but taste like heaven. So textural changes, flavor deterioration. Like for example, for sweet corn, diba? Pag i-harvest mo siya ng morning, matamis siya. Pag i-harvest mo siya ng afternoon, or pag na-store na siya ng matagal, so hindi na yan masyadong matamis because physiologically, yung kanyang starch, yung kanyang sugar content is converted to starch already. So that's how it goes. And the absorption of chemicals. Sometimes like ethylene, like the light emits ethylene or rubber emits ethylene. So ethylene can make any commodities yellow or ripen. And gas exchange, no? So this is the dermal tissue of plants. So as you can see, the different parts of the leaf tissue anatomy, it has an upper epidermis usually. Like for some crabs, it has cuticle, cynosure, and that is their means of protecting or protection. So this guard cells here is the one involved in the gas exchange. So ito yung mga parenchyma cells with the xylem and phloem, wherein it is also serve as protection and also the flow of gases. And it is where the respiration rate is also involved. So fruits and vegetables also last longer than leafy vegetables or cut flowers and are more resistant to attack of microorganisms. This is because they are very thick and has complex cuticles. So generally, of course, fruit lasts longer than leafy vegetables or even cut flowers. It's because of their cuticles. And leafy vegetables and cut foliage will wilt easily. And why? Because they have their stomates. So, kanina pinakita ko sa inyo yung cuticle guard cells, and this is the stomata, wherein dyan lalabas yung water. And banana, for example, it has more stomates per square centimeter, like 500. But like for petchay, it also has a lot. So that's why leafy vegetables and other leaves will wilt easily. Now, for cabbage, it has more even stomata, no? 22,000. That's why the highest commodity, the commodity with the highest wilting percentage or that wilts very easily is cabbage and other petchay and so on. So it's because it has two sides, upper and lower epidermis with more stomates. And it has thinner cuticle than other fruits and vegetables. And also it has guard cells with equal in height, and then water are lost easily. So those are just giving you the reason physiologically why most of the scrub or leaves will wilt. So tips of leaves wilt and turn brown ahead due to more stomates. It's because of the morpho-anatomy of the dermal system. While Chinese cabbage will wilt faster than petchay because it has trichomes. So trichomes yung mga hairy materials. So which lasts longer, garlic or onion? Albert.
Ma'am?
Which lasts longer, garlic or onion?
Garlic, ma'am? Ay, onion?
So, onion will last longer than garlic. Are you sure?
Ay,
Garlic.
garlic, ma'am. Garlic.
And it's because it has each scale, yung kanyang clove. You notice that kung magpanit mo garlic, di ba panitan ninyo na siya scale, papery scale. It's actually a protective leaf covering. That's why it will last longer compared to onion. So now, which lasts longer, petchay or Chinese cabbage, Jason? Jason. So, yes, Jason. Naka-ano ka, mute.
Chinese cabbage, ma'am.
Yes.
Chinese cabbage.
And why is that? Because it has
trichomes.
Yes, it has trichomes. And I'll be faster because our time is almost done. So these are the reasons, like for muskmelon, it has corrugated peel called net and easily holds microorganisms. But it can, because it's hard, so it can withstand handling. But then because of its peel, corrugated peel, it will hold microorganisms easily and even dirt. So for okra, it softens and turns brown easily because it has also trichomes, which are more multicellular. And the wing bean will wilt faster than pod because it has thinner cuticle, while pod has sclerified bundle cups and lesser trichomes. So this is the muskmelon corrugated peel, and the trichomes. So the more trichomes, the more is water transpiration. For tomato, it's soft, but it will not shrivel. If you notice, shrivel ka na magkunot-kunot because it has a thick cuticle and water is lost only through the stem car. Kung mapikas lang ang stem ng tomato, that's the time only that the water is lost. And when water is lost, then degradation occurs. So banana turns brown easily when handled roughly because of its waxy cuticle that is easily rubbed off during handling. While citrus will become brownish discoloration, and we call it oleocellulosis because it releases oil in the rind when dropped. You notice when you press the peel of a citrus or orange, so merong oil na lalabas, no? So that makes the skin or the peel brown. So this is banana browning and this is oleocellulosis. Next, lanzones also loses moisture and the peel becomes brown very fast because of the following reason. Una, smooth, thin, non-waxy cuticle with fine cuticular breaks. And it has also a lot of trichomes and sunken stomata. And gradual elongation of epidermal cells. When fruit mature and ripens, thus the water moves faster. So these are the reason why, if you notice, Ang lanzones, after 2 to 3 days, mag-brown na. That's the browning in lanzones. And we call the black spot at the core of the tuber of potato black heart when it is under high temperature because it has compact cells which makes entry oxygen difficult when respiration is fast. So, yung you notice sa potato na merong dark sa gitna, patatas. So that's because of black spot. No, black heart ang tawag doon. And it's because of lack of oxygen. And when potato wounds heal after harvest, it's because the tuber retains the capacity to produce new periderm when insured. So lahat ng tuber crops or root crops has the capacity. Meron silang periderm na kapag na may cuts, naghihilom agad. And lychee turns brown due to the moisture loss caused by the pericarp micro-cracking. So, ito yung black heart of potato that I am telling you. So, lattice first, these are latex that doesn't, in mango, latex does not flow when it is harvested with the stem. So, usually the longer the stem, the less ang latex niya yung kanyang